So a couple of days ago, Funimation released the voices of a part of Universe 9, Team Universe 9, so they revealed the God of Destruction and the Supreme Kai English dub voices for Universe 9, and they also released the Trio de Dangers English dub voices, which I found really cool, and I covered it. Link will be in the, description below for the initial news update regarding the English dub voices for Universe 9, at least part of it, as I said. But the most interesting Universe 9 English dub voice is by Chris Guerrero, or General Ivan. Now, I'll get to his General Ivan persona a bit later, but Chris Guerrero, he voices the English-speaking voice of Lavender. Basically, he plays Lavender in the Funimation English dub of Dragon Ball Super Episode 78, and onwards on Toonami. So, Episode 78, by the way, that's going to air next week, so yeah. Anyway, Chris Guerrero, Lavender, why is this guy interesting, at least, more interesting than the other announcements, to me at least? Well, Chris Guerrero, also known as General Ivan, is actually the voice of Dr. Gero, not Gero, Gero, and Cooler in Dragon Ball Z Abridged. Now, Dragon Ball Z Abridged, obviously, it's a huge fan-made project, basically parodying the Dragon Ball Z anime. But anyway, they're doing Dragon Ball Z Abridged, by Team 4-Star, and I just wanted to come here and discuss Chris Guerrero and his involvement in Dragon Ball Super. Now, he got his start, dubbing Abridges, but he did move on to traditional anime dubbing with, Funimation, and I believe a couple of other companies, but mostly Funimation. So, yeah, Team 4-Star, that's where he got his, roots with voicing Dr. Gero and Cooler in Dragon Ball Z Abridged. He's now voicing Lavender. So, is Dragon Ball Z Abridged voice actors working on official Dragon Ball Super dubs? Is that a good or bad thing? Well, I find it pretty cool, as long as they don't, as long as they avoid this thing that I will, talk about later. But I think it's mostly a good idea. I mean, the concept of Team 4-Star or Dragon Ball Z Abridged voice actors voicing in official Dragon Ball productions, at least on the English side of things, regardless of what Toei thinks of Dragon Ball Z Abridged and regardless of how many copyright strikes and how many times they wanted to shut the project down, Funimation is still using Team 4-Star voice actors for, bit parts here and there. Case in point, Xenoverse 2 with, Takahata 101 as Ghost Napper. Basically, there was a little Easter egg snuck in, so if you picked, I believe it was voice 8 of one of the Male Time Patrol Saiyans, you could hear Ghost Napper, which I find really cool, and it was just a little Easter egg. Also in Dragon Ball Z Kai, there was, well, the final chapters at least, Dragon Ball Z Kai, the final chapters, there was a scene where the Cell games were reenacted in a movie, and Team 4-Star, some of the members of that, including Musco X and Lenny Bator, they were supposed to fill in for Funimation, but their part got nixed from the Toonami and Blu-ray, basically versions of Dragon Ball Z Kai, the final chapters, the dub, because probably Toei didn't want them to do it, but yeah, that's either here nor there. I really don't know the specifics of that, but yeah, Team 4-Star, their part got cut out of the final broadcast version, so yeah, they have been involved in some areas of the Dragon Ball dubbing world, and even though Chris Guerrero, General Ivan, even though he's not a fundamental member of Team 4-Star, he is a part of that sort of side of things, and he is voicing Lavender. So what do I think about it? I find it cool only under one stipulation: they don't reference Team 4-Star in the official dub. I mean, like I've been saying, the reason why Brian Drummond as Copy Vegeta was good because they didn't have any stupid fucking references to It's Over 9000, Too Bad It's Sunday, The Next Dimension. They didn't say any of that. They just had Brian Drummond voicing Copy Vegeta, and the people that knew it was Brian Drummond and knew the history of the Ocean dub, they got a kick out of it. But the people, maybe the younger fans that don't know about the Ocean dub and Brian Drummond, they didn't really, it just went over their heads. audience. You know, they just saw, you know, this voice actor play copy Vegeta. You know, it's just different to Chris Sabat. That is just flew over their heads. That's a good reference. You know, the fact that you don't need to actually get it to enjoy the show regardless, that makes a good reference. And for people that do get it, that's like, you know, just a little bonus for them. So as long as Lavender doesn't say, you know, Team 4-star quotes, which they probably won't, like any cooler lines from Dragon Ball Z Abridged, you know, they won't do that. I know, like, how this stuff sort of works, you know, on a base level at least, and I know they won't add any Dragon Ball Z Abridged, you know, cooler references and Dr. Garou references and stuff like that, just because Chris Guerrero is voicing Lavender into Lavender's lines. I just, you know, have a feeling that that's not going to be the case, and I am glad for that. So what do you guys think about, you know, Dragon Ball Z Abridged voice actors joining the official dub? And now Chris Guerrero is kind of an exception because he has done professional, to, you know, to have a lack of a better word, voice acting for anime dubs before, so it's just, you know, he's just doing another part, but he does have a Dragon Ball Z Abridged history at the same time, so he's kind of half and half. But, you know, let's say Kazuneko, he just had a bit part of the Tournament of Power. What do you guys think in the comment section down below? I am still a little bit sick, so excuse that if my voice kind of sounds a bit rubbish. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for me. Please make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe. What do you think about Dragon Ball Z Abridged voice actors working on official Dragon Ball Super dubs? Is that good or bad? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Also, please donate to me on Ko-fi if you want to. You know, it's only like $3. If you don't, no big deal, no biggie. Also, follow me on Twitter for constant updates regarding the channel. Check out the Dragon Ball Super English dub full playlist if you want to catch up on my English dub content as, you know, in the past. So yeah, Lavender English dub voice, he will be appearing in Dragon Ball Super episode 78, which will be, you know, airing next week, you know, this coming Sunday or Saturday for you on Toonami, so I'm looking forward to it. Chris Guerrero, yeah, he probably will smash it out of the park as Lavender, even though it's kind of Boo and Basil's episode. We will see Lavender talk, I believe, if I recall correctly. But yeah, guys, that's going to do it for me. So yeah, see you guys next time. Bye.